Welcome to this explainer. Listen, I need to start off today with a bit of a harsh truth. If you think rich people are out there keeping their wealth sitting in a traditional savings account, you are already losing the game. Seriously, the wealthy in America fundamentally do not work for money. Instead, they've completely engineered their lives so their money works for them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it never ever takes a vacation. Today, my absolute goal is to pull back the curtain for you. I'm going to show you exactly how rich Americans invest, where their money actually goes, and give you the step-by-step blueprint to copy their exact strategy.
Okay, let's dive into this blueprint. We're going to break it all down into 5 easy steps. We'll uncover the middle-class trap, expose the 5 specific assets the wealthy actually buy, reveal their exact percentage allocation, and then I'm going to show you how to start this whole engine with just $500. Finally, we'll wrap up with the ultimate mindset shift. I promise you, by the end of this explainer, you will have a clear, highly actionable guide to copy the wealthy, even if you're starting from scratch.
All right, section 1, the middle-class trap. Because before we even talk about where to put your money, we absolutely have to address this huge paradigm shift between saving and investing.
So here's the fundamental difference that dictates literally everything. The middle class saves money, but the rich invest money. Look, to the average person, putting money in a bank account feels super safe, right? Saving simply protects your money from spending. It basically locks it away from you so you don't go out and buy things you don't need. But the rich know that investing is what actually protects your money from inflation. Think of it like this. Saving is playing defense, but investing is playing offense. If you're only saving, your money isn't growing at all. It's just sitting there waiting to be worth less tomorrow than it is today.
Just look at 0.01%. Yeah, that is the typical interest rate paying out in a standard bank account today. If your money is just sitting there, you are actually losing about 7 to 8% of your purchasing power every single year to inflation. It's an invisible enemy, but it mathematically guarantees that your uninvested cash is making you poor every single day. The wealthy know this for a fact, which is exactly why they flee cash and run straight toward assets.
Which brings us perfectly to section 2, the 5 wealth-building assets, and exactly where that money goes. See, the wealthy just do not rely on big checking accounts. They don't rely on Social Security, and they definitely don't depend on a single 9-to-5 job. Instead, they build multiple income-producing assets.
Asset number 1, index funds. Believe it or not, most wealthy Americans don't sit around trying to pick individual winning stocks. That is a total myth. Instead, they just buy the entire market. They use low-cost index funds from brokerages like Vanguard, Fidelity Investments, and Charles Schwab to literally buy the S&P 500. This one single move instantly gives them ownership in the top 500 companies in America. And the math completely backs this up. The average long-term return on this asset is around 10% per year. It's hands-off, it's widely diversified, and it's incredibly powerful.
Next up is asset number 2, real estate. You know, there's a famous saying out there, the rich love real estate for one reason. Someone else pays the mortgage. Just think about that for a second. Whether we're talking about traditional rental properties, multifamily units, or even using modern platforms like Fundrise or Realty Mogul to invest in fractions of properties, real estate is just a wealth-generating trifecta. It gives them reliable monthly cash flow from rent, massive tax benefits, and long-term appreciation as the property's value goes up over time.
And this brilliantly illustrates asset number 3, their secret weapon, tax-advantaged accounts. The rich truly win the game by understanding that it's not just about what you make, it's about what you actually get to keep. They aggressively max out their 401ks, their Roth IRAs, and health savings accounts. By purposely routing their investments through these specific accounts, they legally avoid paying thousands of dollars in taxes every single year. That allows all that money to compound completely undisturbed and grow so much faster.
Assets 4 and 5 are all about continuous income. Asset 4 is businesses, meaning they build cash flow machines like small businesses, online platforms, or act as silent partnerships. Asset 5 is dividends. They use exchange-traded funds, or ETFs, which are really just simple baskets of stocks you buy all at once, along with real estate investment trusts to build portfolios designed to simply pay them every month. They bypass liabilities entirely. The goal is super simple: create systems that drop cash into their accounts while they're fast asleep.
All right, so now we know the what. We know the 5 key assets. But how do they actually balance all this out? Let's move right into section 3, the exact allocation strategy and why they keep almost zero idle cash.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that tiny 5% sliver of cash in a typical wealthy allocation strategy. Just look at it. 50% is aggressively working in index funds like the S&P 500. 20% is anchored heavily in real estate. 15% is safely sheltered in retirement accounts. 10% is generating solid yield in business investments. And there it is, only 5% is held in cash. This visually proves exactly what we talked about at the very beginning. The wealthy keep almost no idle cash. Every single dollar is given a specific job and sent out to work.
Now, I know looking at those massive percentage portfolios can feel a little intimidating, which brings us to the most important part of this entire explainer. Section 4, start with just $500. We're shifting gears here because here is your step-by-step instructional plan. You absolutely do not need to be a millionaire to act like one. You just need to follow a proven blueprint. So the crucial point is carefully walking through these exact 5 steps to deploy your very first $500 bankroll. Step 1. Open a brokerage account at Fidelity Investments or Charles Schwab. It literally takes 10 minutes. Step 2. Use that account to buy a low-cost S&P 500 index fund, instantly securing your slice of the top 500 U.S. companies. Step 3. Open a Roth IRA to ensure your future growth is totally tax-free. Step 4. Set up an automatic monthly transfer so you invest no matter what the market is doing. Consistency is everything here. And finally, Step 5. Once your stock foundation is firmly built, you can add real estate later through accessible platforms like REITs or Fundrise. This right here is a foolproof recipe for replicating the exact behavior of the wealthy.
But listen, math and strategy will honestly only take you so far. To really make this blueprint stick, we have to talk about the underlying psychology in our final section. Section 5, the ultimate mindset shift. The trap of the consumption mindset is so incredibly simple but dangerous. The poor and the struggling middle class look at their paycheck and they instinctively ask, what can I buy? It turns into this continuous, exhausting cycle of working hard just to spend money on liabilities. Things that instantly decrease in value the moment you buy them. It's a treadmill that keeps you running but gets you absolutely nowhere financially.
But the wealthy? They look at the exact same dollar and they ask this question instead. What asset can I buy that pays me forever? This is the core secret that the wealthy teach their kids about money. It's not about restricting your life or never having fun. It's about buying assets first so those assets can literally buy your lifestyle later. So I want to leave you with this really powerful, lingering thought. What asset are you going to buy today that will pay you forever? If you're ready to take action, comment "I'm starting today" down below to receive a beginner portfolio. Keep learning, keep investing, and take control of your financial future.